This is Jason D. Board with the Original Prop Blog. Today we're going to do a quick preview of the upcoming Transformers The Auction event by Profiles in History, happening on February 28th. I just stumbled across this notice this morning, so I thought I'd do a quick preview. You can download the catalog in PDF form on the official Profiles in History website. The auction's taking place about a month from now. I have not looked through the catalog yet, so this is really truly a first look like I've done with other auction previews. So I did download the catalog. It's 214 pages. I haven't gone through it yet. Profiles in History, they've handled Transformers material in the past kind of in an official capacity where, it's coming presumably directly from the studio or some other official source. So I love to see auctions like this because I often get inquiries from people who are looking to get started in collecting original movie and TV props and costumes. And usually they're looking at eBay first, which can be a bad thing in many cases. So I like to have something like this to point people to where it's like an official auction. Everything's at least production made. So there's not as many concerns about actual authenticity, but more about use, which, that's a safer thing to delve into, to be quite honest. So this says live internet only auction. So what that typically means is that you cannot go to the auction house and place bids on the floor, but you're bidding online and, in some cases via telephone and absentee bidding as well. So let's kind of dig into this here a little bit. There's an opening letter here from Joe Maddalena. I'm just going to read the top part just for context. So it says, Profiles in History is proud to present Transformers The Auction. There's more than meets the eye in this selection of costumes, props, and set decor pieces from director Michael Bay's epic film adaptations of the beloved Robots in Disguise franchise. In the best tradition of mainstream filmmaking ingenuity, sci-fi, action, explosions, robots, and car culture are brought together with state-of-the-art practical and CGI effects to thrill audiences around the world. And this multi-billion-dollar enterprise spares no expense in generating the finest quality movie magic and production materials available. In the following pages, you will find pieces from the most memorable scenes of the last 3 installments to date: Transformers Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, and The Last Night. And then it lists some highlights. They've got their conditions of sale here, which again I have not looked through, but it says it's equal to 28% of the final bid price. I don't know. I don't see anything here about if there's a different buyer's premium if you are bidding in some way other than online, like say if you bid via phone. I'm not seeing anything. Buyer's premium sales tax. Buyer's premium of 28% if bid on and won through the internet. California sales tax shall automatically be added to the purchase price unless exempted. So look into that. I don't see anything about, they talk about telephone bids here, but it doesn't list a different buyer's premium. So it could just be a flat 28%, but I would recommend checking with the auction house to see if there's any way to save a little bit of money if you're not bidding online. So, okay, so let's just start going through this. Just as a little bit of a background on me, I was a huge Transformers fan as a kid. When Transformers came out, I believe in 1984, I was born in 73, so I was like 11 years old. I was totally into the toys and the comic books. The movies, the more modern movies, personally, I didn't really get into them. I saw the first one, and then for me, it's just, I understand the changes from, the mid-'80s cartoons and comic books. Like, you wouldn't expect it to be a faithful adaptation of that. And we kind of got that with the original Transformers, the movie, back in the 80s, which was kind of a weird movie. But I think my biggest problem with the new movies was the robots look so different and so intricate, and there's just so much going on. It's like it's hard to focus on what's even happening on screen. Like it's a bit frenetic for me. So I saw the first one. The second one I watched maybe halfway through and then fast forwarded through the rest. And then I haven't seen any of the other ones, although I'm actually really interested in Bumblebee. I saw the trailer for that a few times, and that actually looks really interesting to me. So I'll probably check that one out. But it doesn't sound like that's part of this auction. So let's just click through here. We've got an ice chest. We've got a costume. I'm just going to quickly scroll through here just to get a sense of what's in this auction. Looks like a lot of wardrobe pieces starting out here. Yeah, so lots of wardrobe. A satellite miniature prop. And I'm noticing that everything, the starting bid is $100, which typically means, there's probably not a reserve. Everything's going to sell in this auction, which is great. I mean, if you can find something you like and get it potentially for as low as $100, that's pretty awesome for collectors. We're about 60 lots in. We're still just pretty much into costumes here and wardrobe. Optimus Prime CB radio, that's pretty cool. Some orbs. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the most recent installments, so I'm just looking at these as more of interesting prop artifacts here. This lab computer looks pretty cool. I mean, I love anything that's like sci-fi props. Even if I'm not that familiar with the movie, I can really appreciate the design and construction and everything. And this looks like some pretty cool stuff. Deck of cards. Seed hero working prop terraforming device. That looks pretty awesome. Looks like it lights up and has moving parts. There's this alien sword, which looks pretty awesome. A couple more weapons. And then we're getting back into costumes here. Chair. Can't tell you the significance of it because I haven't seen the movie. Got a vintage Apple IIe computer, which is pretty cool. This rifle looks awesome. I mean, the craftsmanship on this is just amazing. So I'm sure there's going to be some pretty happy Transformers fans checking out this auction. These alien rifles are really cool. I'm sure they will do very well at auction. We've got a backpack or series of backpacks. Some credentials of some kind, more wardrobe pieces. So obviously this is pretty wardrobe heavy. And it looks like really complete costumes. So that's really awesome. And then they've got some props kind of sprinkled in. Hero FX Staff of Merlin prop from Transformers The Last Night. We've got a book, more costumes. Sunburst Static Blaster. Another blaster, more costumes. So pretty cool collection of stuff here. We've got a remote controlled rover. That looks pretty awesome. Joystick and throttle, a metal case prop. Yeah, the axe looks pretty cool there. We've got some swords. A lot of swords. Merlin's tomb. Pretty awesome Merlin costume here. And a King Arthur costume. Wow, I must have completely missed this movie. The Last Night, I don't even remember seeing a trailer for this. So this actually makes me a little curious about checking this movie out. I didn't realize the Transformers went back in time in one of these films here. So more wardrobe from The Last Night. We've got some swords, which look pretty awesome. Lots of swords. They're selling these in lots of 10. Some shields, some other weapons, gravestone. So I guess that's it. So we've got a lot of costumes, some cool weapons. I didn't see any Transformers, but I guess a lot of them are CGI now. So how many total lots was that? Let me see here. So 266 lots, tons of wardrobe, some cool stuff sprinkled in here, like some cool weapons, some cool different props, a lot of costumes. So it's primarily a wardrobe auction, but there's definitely some cool stuff in here if you're a Transformers fan. I really dig these rifles. So that's pretty much my preview. Thanks for checking this out. Like I said, I wanted to keep it short. Just do a really quick scan through this catalog. Looks pretty interesting. And, like I said, I like to see auctions like this. I hope we see more of this in the future. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. And that's it for today. Thanks.